Greenwood. I love working with this stuff. Here's a bit of olive. I'm going to be able to make a couple of nice spoons out of that. I've got another couple of nice spoons out of that. Green as grass. So what happens with it is the water is escaping and I need to slow the rate of drying to preserve this piece of wood. Well, in my workshop, my favourite glue, Titebond III, I reckon this is every green woodworker's friend. This stuff is awesome for helping to seal the ends. I used to use old paint. The problem with that, you put old paint on there and you can't actually read the grain to see what's going on. So when I want to split this, I want to split it through the pith, and if you can't see where that is, that's not very helpful. I used to have to cut the end off first so I could see what I was working with. That was pretty mad, isn't it? So Titebond III is fantastic. All I would do with this, stick a bit on there, grab a paintbrush, spread it around. So a thing to remember with this, when you finish applying this everywhere, wash this out in water straight away and you'll be able to use it again next time. So what we're doing is we're sealing the ends. Now the Titebond III is a waterproof glue. So the great thing about it is it doesn't have a problem with all the moisture in here. It still dries off quite quickly. And so I have now extended the shelf life of that piece of wood significantly by slowing the rate of drying. So not just for these little bits that come along, and usually the way the greenwood thing happens, somebody offers you a bit of wood and you just got to grab it. You might dock it up into sections, whatever you're going to do with it, but you've got to slow the rate of drying. The other thing to do is make sure you don't leave it in the sun. Keep it in a cool place, out of the wind, and that will help to slow the rate of drying. So this one here I did a couple of days ago when I got these bits of olive. You can see that's dried off, you can read it. It's nice and clear, works really well. Of course, woods are all a bit different depending on the type, and you'll get to know as you work with them. So here's a bit of London Plain. Now London Plain, it's fantastic stuff, but it shrinks really badly as it dries. Now this piece here is just cut off the end of a log, and you can see there's nothing missing from here. It's just stretched itself around in here as it's shrunk. In the log form, I've not had the opportunity to break them up. I've sealed the ends, but over time they've torn themselves apart with these big star shapes on the inside. So when you've got stuff like this, what I've at least got to do is to split it down through the middle so that you are easing the tension so that it can actually shrink around and so you don't lose as much material. Even when I get nice big chunks like this, here's bunya pine. It's like gold here in Western Australia. So all of these sections which I've got, of course tree loppers never cut them in the right places, do they? But I've got what I've got here. For this one here, I've sealed the ends, and then what I will do with it is split it right through here with the pith. So I'll just draw a line right where I decide I want to split it through there, lay up my metal wedges, drive them in, it'll pop apart beautifully. That in itself will preserve it a lot. I could even go into quarters to preserve it even more. It's amazing, even out of this right short ring here, how many little things you can whittle out of it, and how many of these nice little tea caddy spoons and things like that you can make. So there you go, every green woodworker's friend, Titebond III.